Hi everybody, Kai Waza with you. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to yet another edition of a video going through my Hawaiian and Exotica record collection. We're on the letter C and we're going to wrap up today, I think, what's in the normal part of the letter C. So this will be the last installment of that. We pick up today with an album on Dot Records. This is Bob Crosby and his Bobcats. South Pacific Blows Warm. And in case you're wondering, I didn't know this, Bob Crosby is the brother of the famous singer Bing Crosby. This is his brother. And these are just Dixieland kind of jazz, like Dixieland jazz arrangements of songs from the Broadway musical South Pacific. So Bali High and Some Enchanted Evening, A Wonderful Guy, etc. And it's on Dot Records. I'm not that crazy about Dixieland myself. I know some people like it, but whatever. And speak of the devil, this is Bing Crosby, Drifting and Dreaming. Now the song titles here, outside of the title track, not primarily Hawaiian, where the blue of the night meets the gold of the day, when you're a long, long way from home. I'm drifting back to dreamland, singing sands of Alamosa. But there are some Hawaiian songs on here, Beyond the Reef. There's a very rare recording of an alternative English language version. You know the Hawaiian wedding song? Is very popular, Ke Kali Ne Au in Hawaiian. The English translation that's usually sang is the one Andy Williams did that many of you would be familiar with. That's on many, many Hawaiian albums, even by groups in Hawaii, who will record it with those English lyrics. This is the moment I've waited for, blah, 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 blue skies of Hawaii shine on this our wedding day. Well, there actually were English lyrics written to this song before then that were not a translation of the Hawaiian, called Here Ends the Rainbow. And Mr. Bing Crosby did a recording of the Hawaiian wedding song with the lyrics Here Ends the Rainbow. I only have one or two other versions of Here Ends the Rainbow, so not recorded very often. And on the accompaniment on all of these songs, Hawaiian and non-Hawaiian, is by very legit Hawaiian performers of the time. Dick and Lonnie McIntyre, the Paradise Island Trio, Sam Koki. So it's legit, this album. Many of us are familiar with this album, Blue Hawaii, Bing Crosby. He is very famous for that song, which was introduced in the film in the 30s, I think, in 1930s. That song, along with several others, Sweet Leilani, is on this album. Sweet Leilani became, 1937, Sweet Leilani became actually, his was the original famous recording of it, sung in the movie, and it became the Grammy Award-winning song of 1937, I think, or 39. Which is kind of hard to believe because it's a very simple song, actually, and sort of repetitive and whatever, but it was immensely popular, and it is very beautiful, and it is one of those standards that's on, you know, I have about 2,500 Hawaiian records, and I'm going to tell you, Sweet Leilani is probably on a good 60% of them, probably 50%, something. Finally, by Bing Crosby on LP, I have Return to Paradise Islands. Now, this one came out significantly later. I think this one was 1960 something. There's no date on it. It's on Reprise. The other ones were on Decca. And this album is different in that the arrangements are all by Nelson Riddle. And this has interesting material because it has some well-known Hawaiian songs that are not recorded by non-Hawaiians that often. Ku'uhome, or The Old Plantation, Le Aloha Le Makamai, or Forevermore. There's an English language version of King's Serenade. So, but what is outstanding for me about this album is I love this record. I love this record. And the orchestral arrangements are beautiful. Nelson Riddle did like some unique things, unique pacings, beautiful stylings that just were not common. They were different from how anybody else had treated these songs. So I really encourage you. You know, I like Bing Crosby, and I love this album. I love the arrangements on it. Here's one. It's kind of a rare one. Andy Cummings. Known as a performer, he wrote the song Waikiki, very famous song. But on this particular album, he is playing solo ukulele, and it is solo. There's no accompaniment. It's just him playing the ukulele, and this is kind of a private pressing, Holomua Records. Some nice pictures on the back, but I remind you, on this album, it is just solo ukulele playing by Andy Cummings. Now, finally, today is an artist who initially came around 1979, something like that, 1980. There were a series of albums being done in Hawaii called Homegrown, and they were done as benefits for Habilitat, for humanity and drug rehabilitation and whatnot. And they would take like somebody new and upcoming or not very well known, and they would all contribute like a song to the album. And actually some careers were launched from those. I think there were 4 or 5 of them. I have them all. 4, I think. One artist to come out of that was a young lady named Nohelani Cypriano, and she did a song called Lihue about the town on Kauai. And the song became quite popular. And then eventually she did record the album. She made an album, 1979, this one, simply called Nohelani. Now, she had quite a good career. In fact, she's still around, actually. What she was known for is a very nice voice, but this was kind of disco era, and she kind of had a reputation for, Lihue is kind of a disco-y song, of taking Hawaiian songs and kind of doing disco-like versions of them, in addition to her own ballad material. So, like Mood of Manakura, South Sea Island Magic are on here in a kind of a disco-y version. And then some original compositions. You Are So Beautiful. You know that song, You Are So Beautiful? It's Mac Davis that did that. To me, can't you see? She did a Hawaiian version of that you still hear today. So that was her first album, and then she did another one. Still kind of doing the disco thing here, as you can sort of see. 1982 is this record. Check out the hair. And the really popular song on this one, this is on Coconut Records, was a song called In the Evening. Now, that song moved on to the pop charts. Back in this time era, I used to listen to like pop top 40 radio a lot. And this song, in Hawaii we had our own pop charts that had American songs and our own local artists that would do pop music. And In the Evening was like this huge hit. I mean, it was never number 1, but it was number 2 for like 12 weeks or something. I mean, it would not go away. A very slow ballad. I hated it. I hated it so much. You have no idea. I mean, every time it would come on, it'd be like, would you please stop playing this stupid song? Because there's like nothing to it to me at the time. I thought there's nothing to this song. Which is really odd, because now when I listen to it, I think that's a really pretty song. Like, yeah, that was nice. Why did I not like it at all? I don't have an answer. I don't know, but I hated it, and now I like it. But anyway, In the Evening, Nohelani. Then as far as LP, this would be the last one, but she does go on into the CD era. Wisdom of a Child. This one I actually got autographed. I was working at KCCN when this album came out, and she came in and was like a guest DJ or something, and we talked and whatever. This album, she kind of started going a little bit more Hawaiian. I think she thought that maybe was the direction she could go in. So this album has a lot of Hawaiian songs: Hui o Kapiolani, Haole Hula, Kamakani Kaili Aloha, Anue Nue, a song called Garden of Paradise, which I love. Gabby Pahinui is the only other person I know that's recorded it. It's a very, very 1920s-like song. Anyway, so this one was 1987. And I will point out also there was like an extended 45 that came out there someplace that has 4 songs on it. Across the Sea, Okailua, which again is kind of a disco-y local song. Hanaola Records, kind of interesting. And finally from her a single called Naupaka, which again is a disco-y number. This on its own became quite a hit for her. Nohelani Cypriano, Naupaka, which she cited with Garden of Paradise. So let's hear some samples.
I had a palace in paradise, and I was king for a day. But the queen of my palace in paradise sailed away. I sailed from heaven, beautiful Anna, to other islands cross the sea. Though I am far away from my heaven, I can hear Kahana
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed those. And let me just say quickly, because I know this video is kind of long, there won't be another video for like another week because I'm going away, going to Las Vegas. I work with the Miss Hawaii USA pageant, and Miss USA is this coming week, Mother's Day. So I'm going to Vegas for that and the preliminaries and to visit my friends and yada yada yada. So anyway, although I'm going to record another video today right after I record this one, I'm not going to upload it until I get back. So this will be the last video for like a week. So nothing's wrong. I'm okay. I'm on holiday, and we'll see you when I get back.